Let me take a swig of the gamer juice as we prepare to read Bloody Hearts, Yuri x Patrick Bateman. Dear readers, please prepare some bleach beforehand to be applied on the eyes. You got your bleach? You got your bleach bottles by you? Alright, good. Gotta make sure you have that. I know I do. Before any of you ghoulish individuals, bro, no, get this ad out of here. No one wants to see that. Before any of you ghoulish individuals want to point out that Yuri is way younger than Patrick Bateman, I would like to state, canonically, she's 18, as are the other characters, so please don't say this is pedophilia in any way. Who was even saying, what fucking retard was saying that? Please tell me. Please point me in the direction of the moron, the autistic fuck, that would be making this claim about Yuri of all people, so that way I could personally go up to them and bitch slap them across the face. Knock some sense into their fucking ass. Alright? I can't exactly write in the way Yuri acts, nor how Patrick Bateman does. So please forgive me if I come off as out of character sometimes, man. You know it's gonna be great when he's literally saying, I literally can't write these characters, so forgive me if it's bad. I don't own any of the characters. I'm not affiliated with either Team Salvador or Brett Easton Ellis. This is my first serious-ish fanfic. Please don't be too harsh. This is also purely satire, as you can tell, and written in third person. No YN of any sort. Dedicated to E, inspired me to make this joke into actual fanfic. Having high hopes right now. Never mind. This looks gonna be disastrous. Hey, it can't be as disastrous as the Gamer Yuri one. Like, if you watch that video, that was ass. Alright. Chapter 1. Sanity. Oh yeah, by the way, we're definitely gonna be using the Chill's voice here. This is the next Stephen King book. Yeah, this is better than anything Stephen King has ever wrote. She wondered how Patrick Bateman would think, all over again. If she had confessed earlier, or later, if it wasn't the right moment, would he have accepted? From his Bibles of GQ and Sur la Terre and Playboy, she certainly doesn't fit his taste in women. This materialistic Pierce specialist in mergers and acquisitions, murders and executions, as he once put it, never fancied the shy, introverted bookwoman type of girl. Evelyn was the complete opposite, and so was Courtney, and his secretary Jean, too. He was the perfect shining example of the young yuppie lifestyle, addicted to sex, drugs, appearance, and money. If everyone was more easily understood by labels and stereotypes, typical of Bateman, then why Yuri? Why, the question read, did he pick her? If anything, it was because she was perfect. Not even Evelyn, not Courtney, not any street prostitute, nor Elizabeth, and not Jean, the girl he would end up marrying someday. Or so he mistakenly said. No, it was Yuri. She was perfect for him. And to the vice president of the literature club, Patrick Bateman was perfect for her too. Wait, what? Wait, what? Did you just say Yuri was the vice president of the literature club? Bruh, come on. Time out. This is some sort of fever tree. All these fan fictions are a fever tree. Especially Sayonara. We don't talk about that one, though. Anyways, continuing. She walked along Bateman's stark, cold, and monochromatic apartment. Just at the corner of her eye was the room she was looking for, the kitchen, greeting her a long decorated mahogany dining table with only two iconic Barcelona chairs, one at each end. Why would he need more, if he only needed her? The author warned you ahead of time. I mean, He warned me that he wrote them out of character, not that he literally completely had no idea as to what their roles were in the first place. It's like one thing to write someone out of character personality rises, another thing just to completely get who they are wrong. like what they do. Like, come on, like, do even the slightest bit of research. It's like, and we don't speak about Sayonara. Yeah, we don't. And we're not going to talk about Sayonara, not unless Q is here. If Q was here, he would say how much he loved that shit. Good thing he's gone now. Her elegant walk to the counter was something Bateman always admired. Perhaps it was the anxiety and low self-esteem plaguing him being stifled by the beauty of her strut. Yet all he could do was watch her strut. Ooh. After all, she was the only person in his life who was not shallow, and so the only person he ever felt true attraction for. As Yuri made herself a cup of chamomile tea, Bateman always preferred something else, something stronger. Her eyes stared into a small painting hung dearly over the dining room. Men in the Cities, she recalled, Robert Longo. It reminded her of him. He was still at work, but he would be home soon. She was troubled by the thought everything he said about her was plastic and two-faced. was plastic and two-faced. That she was perfect, but he never meant it. That he philandered with other women behind her back, but her thoughts were reassured when her gentle fingers graced the glassy photo frame of them together. A warm smile formed on her face, tugging at her cheeks. Oh no, bros. Oh no, bros. Savage Central is reading queer fanfic again. At the end of the hall, a small radio continued singing. Sleep, pretty darling. Do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. The Beatles. Not Huey Lewis in the News, no, though that remained a personal favorite of Bateman, but the Beatles. She had introduced it to Bateman, the middle ground of their taste in music, but the both of them only exclusively listened to Abbey Road. Yuri was too shy and fearful that other albums wouldn't feel just right as Abbey Road did, and Bateman was, well, Bateman. A Sigma male, you may say. I may have added that one in. Maybe Yuri was being too kind, too caring. All of his friends mocked him as the boy next door. His lawyer called him a bloody ass kisser. He was nothing but a shallow husk of cold, dead, and pale conceit. Not to Yuri. Despite his imperfections and terrible character, he was still the best person in the world to her. And without him, she wouldn't know what to do. The gentle rain crashed against the apartment windows. It was getting late now, and as Yuri peered her eyes over to a minimalistic clock, she could tell that it was 9:15. Half 9, or so they joked. The chamomile had mild hints of apple and a mellow, honey-like sweetness, which, as unoriginal as it seemed to Yuri, did remind her of Bateman. Rather uninviting on the outside, given of the color of chamomile, one would rather prefer it to be green or something else, but sweet and enjoyable on the inside. She was practically the same girl as ever, but quite different around Bateman, less restrained, less introverted, less insecure and awkward. But she maintained her intellect and eloquence all throughout her time with him. To others, however, she was the same shut-in girl who sat in the back of the room reading The Portrait of Markov and Ding Dong Hello. As if the doorbell wasn't enough, 3 knocks on the door followed. Rap, rap, rap. The knocking against the wooden door could be heard all the way to the kitchen. Oh, sorry. You want me to actually knock on the door? There we go. The knocking against the wooden door could be heard all the way to the kitchen. Yuri picked up the sound and briskly made her way to the door, unlocking it and greeting her. Patrick Bateman. His face smeared in blood, his hair unkempt. His suit was relatively untouched. His hands, a blood-stained transparent raincoat, and in the other, a crimson axe. That knock was very gentle. Bruh. We only gently knock around here. We only also gently open doors. His face smeared. I read all that. Patrick, is that you? Yuri stuttered, stumbling over her words. She took a step back. Her fist clenched and placed over her chest. It exasperated shock. Paul Allen. It's Paul Allen's blood. To be continued. Bloody Hearts, Yuri X Patrick Bateman. Last updated February 9th. Yeah, I don't think this is going to ever be continued. Sadly.